Fantastic. So I'm Jennifer Meyers, and Sean and I were introduced to this company when we were 23 and 24 years old. We were the Gen whatever back then. We didn't have a name back then. And honestly, our life has been such an incredible journey. And it started when we graduated from the University of Kansas, both with business degrees. We backpacked around the world for a year because we love adventure. And we came back and we were broke, we were penniless, and we were in that position of looking for a real job. And somebody introduced us to this, thank goodness. Sean was negative, he was actually skeptical and thought it was a scam. But I saw a way that we could just make $200-300 a month, and that was a really big deal for us. So I said yes and dove in, and very quickly, we both realized what amazing company this was, great leadership. We were loving the community around us. And then he was the one that saw the bigger picture, and he said, you know what if we treated this like a business? Maybe we wouldn't have to go out and get real jobs. And so that's what happened. Sean really was the lead back then. He got to National Marketing Director in about 18 months. I got there about 18 months later. And then it was time for maybe to change it up a little bit. We bought a sailboat, a 43-foot sailboat. My husband's an addicted sailor, if you didn't know that. We lived on the sailboat off the coast of Miami for a year. It was absolutely a blast. And then we thought, okay, we probably should get back on land. So we opened a big Rand McNally atlas. If you don't know what that is, it's a map, it's a piece of paper. And we decided where we wanted to go and live because we have that kind of freedom here. We have that choice. So we chose Denver. We put our roots down, and a couple of kids. Michaela's now 28, Jake is 26. And I'll tell you, probably my favorite thing about this is that we've gotten to be the parents that we want to be. We were at the games, we were at the practices, all the travel, all the tournaments, school, everything. And I love that we were there for our kids. And then when they were 8 and 10, the adventure grew, and we bought a 50-foot catamaran, and we sailed from the Virgin Islands to Australia for 15 months and homeschooled the kids for that year. And it was just this life-changing experience that was possible because of this business, because of this model and this opportunity. And yes, we had already built a really big team before we did that, by the way. But it's available here, right? And it's because of that model. It's because we have an amazing team with great leaders, and they have their own dreams and goals. It wasn't dependent on me. And then we stepped right back into our business and picked it right back up. What I want to impress upon you is that when you play the long game here, there's a compound effect, all right? Because we have repeat customers, we have repeat business, we have decades of that. And so it creates this reliable income, I think somebody said already. And it's an amazing foundation, and it never gets old because you have an unlimited opportunity for growth. To grow your team, at any minute you can turn that switch on. To grow yourself and become more, it's so much fun. So I was a Girl Scout, and we sang this little song. I'm not gonna sing it, but I'm gonna say it. It goes like this. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. And I look out, I just go, whoa! I literally see a treasure of gold out here, of decades of friendship and fun. And look at all the silver and the possibility of new friendships and new relationships. This Juice Plus family is literally priceless. So with that, I can't wait to introduce you to Alana. I'm not her actual mom, but I'm kind of your surrogate mom. I introduced Alana's family to Juice Plus at 4 years old. She was 4.
Hi, good morning, Juice Plus. So my name is Alana. Ivana, and as Jennifer said, I have been on Juice Plus since I was 4 years old. So I'm quite literally a product of the product, and I grew up very healthy as a result, hardly ever sick. And now as an adult, I'm actually a bikini competitor in bodybuilding, and Juice Plus has been very instrumental in both my training and my recovery. But in terms of my professional pursuits, I actually majored in finance, and then I worked in private wealth, and then I moved into IT consulting. And there's a couple things for me that I see as competitive advantages in this business I'd like to highlight for my generation in the audience. The first of which is high ROI, okay? I come from a world of tech sales, which is incredibly lucrative. I've got friends in med device sales, hardware sales, real estate, software sales. All those things have in common is high commission opportunity. But there's a huge distinction between what that offers and what we do, okay? Dollar for dollar, you make more per dollar revenue that you bring in with Juice Plus than traditional sales. Second thing, tech sales, B2B sales is great when you have a great month, but you're starting at ground zero every single month. So you're having to restart every 30 days. When you look at what we have, simply from a numbers perspective, is mathematically advantageous, because if you put in the work with the compound effect, it supersedes traditional sales opportunities. The second competitive advantage I want to highlight for you was a realization that I had in my career, thanks to Sean and Jennifer. You know, as I mentioned, I started in finance, and that entailed 80-hour work weeks, stress through the roof, long hours, hardly ever time off. And, you know, I was working really, really hard to build a high-powered career, right? And when Sean and Jennifer presented this business opportunity to me, that's when I had a light bulb moment. My manager in finance was not healthy, never went on vacation, worked 100 hours a week, cried in the office, and had a horrible personal life and was so stressed out. What was I working towards? I didn't want what she had, I didn't want what her boss had or his boss had, and that's when it hit me. Sean and Jennifer, I looked up to them my whole life and still very much do, but you know, they put in the work. They had built this incredible time freedom to travel the world, raise their kids. When they went on their sailing trip, I was like, Mom, why is Michaela in Australia and I'm at school? You know, if you know the Meyers, they are the epitome of work hard, play hard, and I'm a very adventurous soul, so that calls to me. They have incredible marriage, transformative personal growth stories, and because of that, I looked at the community that surrounded them and I thought, that's what I want. They emulate what I want. So here's my competitive advantage to you. When you look at the legacy in this room, you want to be mentored by someone who has the life you want, not just the income you want. And for me, I look at all these leaders who have created a life by design, and that's whose footsteps I want to be following. Now, when it comes to the execution of the business, you know, historically I've had a customer base, and switching gears into more of a team building mindset, there are two things that I'm leading with front and center that I want to put in your mind. The first of which is purposeful prospecting. Okay, we all know that the product is for all of humanity, but with the business, this requires a little bit more intention. If you look at all the different teams in this room, that is a representation of a bunch of micro communities. Okay, I don't know if you're a young mom on a mission, a health professional who wants to change the narrative of medicine, you know, in the United States, an athlete looking for enhanced performance, a young professional like myself who wants flexibility to travel. I don't know what it is for you, but I know it's within you. And let me tell you something, people buy into what they feel, not what they know. And when people come into this business, they don't know anything about this business. But you know what? They can walk into a room and go, I found my people. Yeah. And that's how you create a strong micro community, okay? Because people need culture like they need to breathe. They want to feel like they are a part of something. The energy and intention with which you execute in this business is a direct reflection of the caliber of individuals that you are able to recruit. You act like a professional, you'll attract people who want to treat it like a profession, okay? And then my last point for you is leading with vision. Right? And we've had a speaker who just highlighted this. Dennis highlighted this yesterday. We have some amazing third-party tools. Our marketing is getting a facelift. All those things are great for credibility. But here's the thing. I'm not here to sell, persuade, or pitch anybody. Almost all of my customers and partners never have seen a Juice Plus tool or the website until they signed up. because I'm focused on digging deep into the person in front of me. I want to know their dreams, their challenges, their desires, their values. I want them to look at me across the table and say, you value what I value. Selling is when the person across from you, you're having to pitch them on the product. You need what I have. Deep connection is when the person across from you goes, you have the answer to what I need. Right? And I'll give you an example of this in action. Jennifer and I just hosted an event recently at my place. We had about 20 people there, 14 of which were my guests, my age. And this is how I led with the invite, okay? And I speak from the heart, so they're all a little different. But this is my style of inviting into the business. Hey, Emma, are you free on the 24th? I've been thinking a lot about what's going on in the world, and I feel called to create something special. Right now, I'm building a community of young professionals centered on exceptional health and wellness, learning to create wealth, and pursuing professional growth. And I have some really exciting things planned. Next week, I'm going to be hosting an event to create conversation around these pillars because I believe that people deserve more out of life, and it is my vision to facilitate that with this community. I've been thinking a lot about our dinner last week, and I really respect and admire your autonomy to take control of your life. Because of that, I think you're going to feel pretty compelled by what I have to say next week. I would absolutely love to see you and hear more about your travels in Europe this summer. And as always, I look forward to seeing you. I hope that you can make it. Persuading and selling pushes people. Vision pulls people. You don't need a better pitch. You need to lead with the vision for your micro community. When I look at all the incredible legacy in this room to my next gen, that is living proof of what this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity has to offer. I'm going all in, and I hope that you'll join me. Thank you.